This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Aegis of Earth, the Protonovus Assault. In the last episode, we basically built up our refugee camps because we had to take in all the people that the cities were destroyed or Alien Night was not working, stuff like that, and we're just kind of preparing for the rush until we figure out how to either reproduce Alien Night. I don't even know what we're gonna do really on that. But anyway, off screen we raised the happiness and took in multiple refugees from Washington, D.C. The best city, actually, I heard, I don't know if it's still recent, but I heard a while back that Washington, D.C. was the highest murder rate in the world, or, well, maybe not the world, but in the U.S. or something like that. It was wow, the nation's capital isn't as safe as we thought it was. Or maybe it's all the politicians, secretly killing other opponents behind the screen. I don't know. I mean, we're not, I don't know. I make it feel like there's the Gestapo going on or some crap. But no, it's just weird percentages-wise. Anyway, off-screen I've done that, so did a bit of grinding for money. At this point in the game, it's mainly about just getting money and, well, I mean, I guess it's always been money and gems, but that's really what I've had to worry about is just money and gems to pay for, upgrading refugee or residents and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a grind fest. That's why I've been leaving basically Monoleon and Chisa to try and get, increase my percentages of getting those two, and it's not guaranteed either, but oh well. Anyway, all right, we're over our minimum target for refugee intake.
We did it!
That's it for now, right?
Yay!
We've completed the Admiral's request. Well done, everyone. Yeah, Commander, great work. I love it when you lovely ladies praise me. It's purely platonic in a work environment. Calm down. Hi, what happened to you, Chica? It's like someone sent you a bolt of energy running through you. Is this some kind of new phase? Shh! I can be bright and cheerful and cute and Chino too, you know. I just felt like maybe I should get along better with others. Oh, wow, that's her serious face. I don't see that too often. I'm flattered it shows me as an example, but am I really that cheerful? Your bio says you're one of the most cheerful characters in the group. Yes, you are, apparently. Next to Shino, apparently. I always thought I was just a pain in the butt for everyone. Yeah, I got hot-blooded, but definitely not cheerful.
That's right.
Someone naturally cheerful like you two would never understand. I guess that's true. I don't know. Chica being cheerful?
What the?
What's that supposed to mean?
Okay.
Okay, Chica, don't get upset now. It means exactly what it means. I don't want to see a cheerful Chica. I want to see the Chica we all know and love. Well, I think you can change and still stick to your original guns, I think. You know, just bits and pieces. Anyway. It's exhausting to put on an act and try to be someone you're not. I'll take the sarcastic and somewhat pessimistic Chica over a Chica with a forced smile on her face any day.
Really?
Really?
Yep.
Of course, just be comfortable being you, that's what I say.
Oh, phew.
Oh, I guess so. I actually feel a little better now, thanks. Now she's back into non-plus mode or whatever. You know, I used to think you were just annoying, but every now and then you say something worth listening to. I always say things that are worth listening to. If you're not stuffing your face. Was that a thing that... I guess they've forgotten about that because they don't even mention that anymore. There you go again, annoying.
Oh, I see.
Oops, sorry. I used to think those two would never get along. It looks like we had no need for concern. Oh, that's Dr. Chandler contacting us. I'll put her through. I didn't hear any noises. Anyway, Chapter 19, Big Bang. Big Bang Theory? Big Bang Attack? I hope it's not Big Bang Theory because I do not like that show. I haven't watched it in forever because, you know, if you hate something, you don't watch it anymore. Note to other people on the internet who complain about things they hate and still watch it anyway. I'm like, no, I watched actually I don't even think I watched a full season. I watched a couple episodes and I'm like, nope. And then someone's like, you gotta check it back out again. So I checked out a later season, just a episode just to see, and I was like, nope, not doing that anymore. Anyway, sorry. Volcanon? Not Volcano? No, it's Volcanon. Okay. Volcanon? Yet another enemy you know nothing about? Bring it on! There's a new kid on the block. I want to see what moves he's got. I knew you'd get counting, you little block.
By the way...
Oh, I ship you two now. No, just kidding. Oh, so what are we doing now about this Volcanon?
That's good.
Yeah, anything you would have would help a great deal. Although I'm not expecting much, seeing as it's only recently been discovered.
Yeah.
No, I have Vita. Yeah, Doc's right on the ball, apparently. Well, I mean, what else does she do when she's not researching stuff? or researching for weapons, or researching other things. You know. Although I wonder what her office smells like if that's all she's doing all the time. You do? I'll send it over to you right now. Wow, quick as ever, huh, Doc?
Well then.
Okay, I need to go figure out a way to combat this new threat. Take care out there. The world's depending on you. Huh, well, I guess in the end, we are trying to save the world. Just like all JRPGs, even though this, I wouldn't call this a JRPG per se, but, you know. That was kind of odd, huh? Has she taken a course in HR or something? She was so nice. Just means she trusts us, right? That's a good thing. Yeah, but when people start counting on you, you just get burdened with more responsibility. You sure don't look like you're feeling overwhelmed from all that responsibility. Oh, trust me, I feel it, but you're right. I don't let it show.
Okay, sure.
Don't you know it?
Is that okay?
Here's the data that Dr. Chandler sent us. Whoa!
What should we do?
It's not like it's like some kind of dinosaur. Not that I've ever seen one, of course, but oh yeah, history books and all that. Oh, now you're right. It looks like something you find in a museum. From its appearance alone, I guess it's got a lot of muscle in it. Can withstand quite a beat.
That's correct.
Yeah, the data from Dr. Chandler points to the same conclusion. So how do we hit the thing? Got a plan, Hikachi?
Got it.
Well, according to this data, the Volcanon fires 2 types of fireballs. Fireballs? What are we in a fancy set? Oh, I guess we are sci-fi. I mean, that's still fancy. 2 types? What do you mean? When it attacks, it fires either a large number of small fireballs or a single massive fireball.
I see.
Well, that's the plan. What's our plan?
Here's the plan.
Well, thanks for telling us, Hikachi. There's the plan. The smaller fireballs can be shot down, so I'm thinking Gatlins will be the most effective against them. As for the big fireballs, it looks like the beast takes a while to build up enough energy to launch one. If we can hammer it enough while it's charging up, maybe we can stop it from releasing the attack.
All right.
I'm your man for that, Hikachi. I break hard, or I hammer harder than anyone in the
Let's
crew.
do this.
Oh, I'm aboard with that strategy. Sounds sounds like a winner. We're probably gonna take some heavy damage, but I don't see a better way. You liked my strategy? I feel so honored.
Got it.
Who is she praising? Me? Gernsback? I think Gernsback, maybe. Way to go, Hikachi.
Awesome.
But for this plan to work, we'll need to install more weapon units, won't we?
Got it.
Yeah, and as a firearms operator, I'm going to recommend the mama of all cannons for this job. Several of them.
Understood.
Sounds like you mean business, Lovelock. All right, it's time to install the most heavyweight cannons we have, soul cannons. And luckily enough, I have the ability to research and develop soul cannons now. Reach Commander 38, which I'm level 43 right now, so maybe I'm a bit over-leveled. And build 30 soul cannons in Washington, D.C. Alright. Yeah, I do need to build some more cannons, so. Alright. Yep. So we can... Now, do I have the money? I think I have the money to buy the... Yeah, I have the money to buy the blueprint, so let's get the...
Access, please. Commander, let's make sure the...
Come on, use your... You're at 200%. Money magnetism should activate all the time now. Ugh, anyway. Alright, don't need to do anything with that. I can leave that for a bit. So you have yeah. Oh, I barely have the... Which means I'm going to have to do a mission off screen if I want to... No, actually, I might be able to buy it. Never mind. I was about to say, I thought I had about 80,000 just total. Let's see, and we still got a few research. We're getting pretty close. Well, I'm not sure we're at the end of the game per se, but we're getting closer because we're hitting rank 4, or I guess rank 4, level 4, whatever you want to call it on all our items. Like on weapons, we've hit their max, or at least the basic weapons, and that's not counting any specialty stuff you can see there. But yeah, look at those prices, man. The rest of the game is basically in between plot is grinding for money and gems. Ugh, look at that. Anyway, let's buy the soul cannon.
So you
5 pure gems. Holy crap!
Yes.
Looks like I'm gonna have to start grinding for bosses now too, because I've only got 11. Good thing I didn't use a whole lot over the course of the game. I only used like a handful. But yeah, if I want to max out a lot of the end game stuff, I'm gonna need a lot of pure. Actually, there's some. I bought one of the generator L's or whatever, and if you want to upgrade those, you need pure gems and colorless gems too, which is crazy. Luckily, these don't require. I bet by the end of the game, some of these high-end stuff's gonna require colorless. And colorless, as far as I know, is random. Like it's not. And I've never spent those at all. Like, and I've already spent. Well, I spent them until I wanted large generators in my cities, but man. All right. Anyway.
Commander, there's...
Anyway, might as well build the soul cannons. Do we want to upgrade or just buy new ones? Let's see what it costs to just buy straight up new ones instead of upgrading. It's probably the same cost. 5. So it's 5 grand. And then if you upgrade one, I think it's slightly cheaper. Not by much. Yeah, it's not really much. It's almost better to just buy the minimum until you get to the end game and then upgrade or whatever, because buying it straight out is cheaper than just well, I mean, sorry, it's cheaper to upgrade it, but overall it's not that much cheaper because the money cost is cheaper, but not the gems. So, you know. Anyway, what I've been doing in a lot of cities is, as you can tell, I've been cross-cutting like missiles to hit every single area, and I'm not done yet per se, because in the middle I don't want more missiles than that, because I think that's good. And then I've been trying to, like, every other block on the first row here, put either a Gatling or a cannon. That way I can hit anything that the missiles miss. Or for enemies that like pop up like right in front of us, and we only have like a few seconds to fight them off. Let's see, let me get a shield while I up here.
I'll get construction started.
But yeah, with more like things like in the front there, we can kind of tackle anything that comes across us. So there. So not a perfect run, but I think it works for a lot of sense. Now we'll put a soul cannon over here.
Got the unit construction started. Looking forward to seeing
We'll
that.
put one over there.
Got the unit construction.
I mean, I guess I could stack them together.
Looking forward to seeing
Let's see, it said 3, right? So we'll put the other one here. There we go. The missiles, I can't wait till I get the next step of missiles. Holy crap, I'm going to do a ton of damage. I think I may have, it's not perfect, but I think I've gotten to a point where I can almost just wait a battle out without doing anything. Very rarely have I, even at the higher levels, very rarely with this setup, I've barely had to modify it except for a few, like, except for the few times I didn't have stuff built in front of the, near the missiles to take out, like, you know, the speedy creatures. I forgot what they're called, like the Brawn or whatever, and the Auto or whatever that that just slowly walk toward you. Sometimes the missiles miss those, but anyway. Check out all the soul cannons, y'all. It's a sight for sore eyes.
That's great.
Yeah, those bad boys are awesome. And man, do they pack a punch. With these big guns, no one's gonna sink our ship that easily.
No way.
We're a city, not a ship.
Yeah.
Quit splitting hairs, will you? You get the idea. That cannon's gonna get the idea, all right. With our batch of soul cans, it's not gonna feel very lucky.
That's right.
Darn tote! I'm gonna send that thing packing with just one shot. Critical hit time, y'all. They sure put the fire in firearms, operator. I guess Maribel's the only exception to that rule. I don't know about that. I can see why they're getting excited, though. I mean, that is some impressive firepower. If we ever wanted to launch a coup, maybe an Allied command would stand a chance against us.
No way.
You know, if they ever made a sequel to this game, that would be something. But as far as I know, this didn't make enough money to warrant it. So, yeah. Well, tell me when you decide to go through with it, okay? Then I can tip off the top brass and bag myself a promotion. Come on, you know I was just joking. Seriously?
No can do.
And you can count me out too. Coups just aren't the kind of heroic stuff that we heroes of justice just take part in. What if I called it a revolution?
Whoa.
Okay, that does sound kind of cool. Way to flip your lid. Yeah, true. Revolution indicates that maybe you're fighting against the government, while coup means you're just trying to flip the government for your own selfishness. But you know, it's still the same thing, silly. God, you all are seriously so easy to manipulate.
Let me see.
Anyway, forget the coup. If we beat this Volcanon, we'll be the world's saviors. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
Well, then we better be prepared for it.
All right.
Come on, y'all. Let's give that Volcanon a rebel to remember. So is that can't be the final boss, because there's still like one other creature we haven't run across yet, if I remember correctly. See, I'll show you here in a second. There's a way to check like status and everything like that. Let's see. I don't know if I ever showed this on screen, but yeah, this shows you cutscenes if you want to see these rip-roaring, like, unique cuts. Although, do you really call these cutscenes when they're... I guess I'm so used to a cutscene being an animated thing, but whatever. Tips. Every time you have the status thing highlighted, it usually means that one of your either tips or enemy thing has been mentioned, so it's probably enemies in this case. Yeah. See, we've got 15 character or things in the game, and we've got one more. So I assume, well, I mean, I guess that's a spoiler, is that the unknown is the final beastie of the game. But Volcanon is, it looks like a like looks like the original idea for a Stegosaurus before we found out that the, if I remember correctly, the Stegosaurus that we knew of is not what we knew of, or something like that, due to archaeology and all that's crazy when you think about that. When I grew up, things were different. Like the USSR was still around. Yeah, I grew up during the Cold War, although the brief end of it. But you know, anyway, Volcanon. Largest recorded enemy in history. Volcanons are cumbersome above ground, but very fast on the earth. The multiple fireballs they spew can be shot down. Gatlin should incapacitate them. So that's why I'll probably need to build a few Gatlins. Usually what I do is in between the missile placements I have is I do Gatlin cannon is what I want to do whenever I have enough money and resources, so that way I can cover all my bases. I also want to buy, I need at some point buy, oh, here's the, this is the units list when you can figure out like general range and damage and what they do for the most part. Same with command. I still need to build the final two USWs to unlock that. Oh, and then city, this tells you like your general happiness, so general idea where they're at and their current population and their levels. So just all these little things there. But anyway, I assume I have to hit. Yeah, I'm at Alt 0 right now, so I'm going to have to do quite a few battles off screen just to build up enough to fight that thing. I guess I could show some stuff on screen. Yeah, let's just do some battles. Actually, I could show you my rip-roaring, what's the word? Rip-roaring, like, strategy on beating everything in the game now. I mean, you know, I don't think hard would change it that much. I mean, I could try it, but anyway, let's skip that. Alright, let me just show you what I have to do now to fight most stuff. Like I said, it's not a perfect build because, like I said, because of like creatures like the creatures right here, which may or may not get a... Yeah, see, not perfect. But for the most part, I leave it as is. Like, I can just sit here and leave it. And most likely, the missiles are just going to kill everything by themselves. I mean, look at all that damage these missiles do. It's because they cover every single little bit, you know. And yeah, I build either Rex cannons or cannons in between the missile launcher things, so that way I can cover any like little random things that maybe get through, or in between that I don't want to flip around, you know. So it's not perfect, and if you build a couple of counter missile thingies, they should be able to kill the ones that enter inside the city if you get the most upgraded ones. So, I mean, like I said, I barely have to move anything. It's more like maybe paying attention just in case some stuff gets missed, but overall, yeah, it's kind of gotten a bit boring now. Like, now I can just breeze through fights, like, mainly leave it running for the most part. Very rarely have I ever had to just double check and make sure everything's okay, you know. I feel like the rest of the game is basically going to be like it's too easy. Yeah, basically these guys right here are like really the biggest problem I might have. But as soon as I can finally build like Gatlins and cannons in the right spots to cover what I missed, I mean, after that I may not have to move, period. Now look at that. Okay, if I can show you the damage, look, almost 6,000 damage, and then that thing doesn't like has like 15 or something like that, so I can easily just take it out like within a matter of moments. Look at that, see? Oh. Okay. Yeah, as soon as I get the money and like gems for everything, I can just doubly protect yourselves and everything like that. I'll probably, I mean, for probably someone like Volcanon, I'll probably need a few more little beefy bits for just in case, like maybe build up some soul cannons, like where those cannons are currently, and that might be the best way to go, maybe. Just to have some good, like, strong damage sections. But yeah, look at that, folks. I chose the highest level, and boom, I didn't have to do almost nothing, you know. Yeah, at the beginning of the game it's easy. Although this only happened because the game allowed me to build over the quarantine areas, so I guess I can't really, if the game never let me do that, then I wouldn't have this strategy type of situation going on, yeah.
Thanks, come. That's all.
Alright. Not sure what else to do or say, really.
Dandelions arriving at the
Probably I'm
city.
going to grind
If we don't
for...
until we give them permission
Well, not
to
grind. I'm probably just going to build up Altite or whatever, the Altensity or whatever it is, so that way in the next fight or next episode we can do the boss.
Commander.
Get a few more levels and stuff like that.
Taxes, please.
I wonder what the highest level is, man.
There's a dandelion in a holding pattern.
We can even level up there, but I'll just do that off screen. What else I want to do?
Very
I could do some requests too. That's another way to get some extra stuff too. Have I finished doing the rest of the team? Maybe? I'm trying to remember if I finished these guys last time. I think I did Maribel. I think I did them, I think. Did I get Chica or Primrose? I don't think I did. Let me do that really quick before I finish. That way we're done with all the character bios and everything like that. Age 21, Chica, a wry pragmatist who's always able to see things objectively. Chica avoids people who are dumb, carefree, or half-hearted because she doesn't know how to deal with them. On the other hand, she'd love to be more easygoing. She has a soft spot for hair clips. I mean, you can see a couple in her hair already. She's got rare revealer. Chica knows there are no excuses for failure. She stares intently at her monitor, following the ever-changing pattern of dots with an eagle eye. Silently, single-mindedly, when she sees what she's looking for, she breathes a quiet sigh of relief. Commander, I'm picking up a rare bogey. Rare bogeys have, like, more drops, or it might drop, like, a pure crystal, stuff like that. So she can possibly make those appear more often. And one more time. She doesn't usually say much, but when Chica speaks in the midst of battle, usually it's to tell the operators that they can still push themselves a little further. It does the trick because all operators then activate their special skills one more time. So that's why she's not too bad to have around either, especially during combat.
I don't think I'm doing that great at my job, actually. But I don't want to be the kind of person who moans about things like that, so I just keep it to myself.
I think maybe the voice actor for her could have been a bit more soft-spoken, maybe. I don't know. Her character seems like she wouldn't speak very much, be very, very quiet until maybe when she yells or something like that. Then finally, Primrose. We probably already did... Oh, nope, that's not. Just gotta leave it on her. Let's see. Primrose. Or Penrose. Penrose hates it when things get heavy and always tries to dodge issues with the joke. He's a master of quick quips, Though he's single, it's certainly not for lack of interest. But if things get too serious, he makes a speedy exit. In a way, he's a coward. Okay. Critical creator. Unfortunately, with people like Penrose, they always do the same plot line where it's always like, oh, he's a womanizer, oh, he's actually afraid of commitment, yada, yada, yada. Oh, well. Age 26, Penrose's ability to process information is a real surprise, especially when you see what he's like in everyday life. His data helps firearms operators deliver a critical hit when they are being tossed as softballs. Of course, it takes a critical hit to kick him into gear, and he can only keep up for about 20 seconds. So he's a good battle operator, while Chisa, the one I'm using, is good for grinding stuff, but when you're actually doing fights that are important, he might be a good one. That or Chica. Anyway, Stun Snubber. Penrose likes to show off his 3 special techniques. This one is activated when the his 3 special techniques. I don't even know what that... You know what? I think I know, but I'm not going to say anything. This one is activated when the enemy looks like it's gearing up for a stun attack. While this skill is active, the effects of any incoming stun attacks are totally nullified. Stun attacks are those things where they shoot like electricity and I can't do anything with those items when they get hit. Basically, it tries to prevent
I've been
that.
doing a lot of pinch hitting recently, so a stable gig like this is kind of nice.
Oh, that's it? Huh. He must have more. I bet they have more quotes if I just clicked on it multiple times. But anyway, in the next episode of Aegis of Earth, the Protonovus Assault, we'll have raised our intensity and hopefully pull out the Volcanon and beat him and save the world. It's just that easy, right? We'll find out next time in the next episode of this. Actually, I already said the game, didn't I? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.